So guys, it's my 30th birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm invisible again. I just went from a very nice community, sleeping in a bunk bed with 10 other guys, to my usual situation of isolation. Let's just say that I understand now why soldiers sometimes look back fondly to their memories. You know, the brotherhood at a camp like this. It was great. I can only imagine what it must be like to go through much crazier stuff together than having your knee dislocated and helping each other up. Yeah, I completely understand it now. And yeah, that was my other news. Indeed, my knee is a bit messed up. Not happy about it. This is not how I imagined I would be spending my 30th birthday, in a brace and sort of having to stay at home for a considerable future. But it's healing fast. It will be okay. And of course, I'm not making this video to whine. That's not my style. That's not what I usually do in these videos. I am instead doing my job or assignment from high above to give you some truths that I can back up with real life experience. I think that's the whole point of me being widely known, to get this message out. That's my what I need to do, and there's no escaping it. God is not joking about setting those apart who have been anointed like this. Anointed meaning being selected for a task. It doesn't mean that I think of myself very highly or that I think that I'm holier than thou. That's not the case at all. Unfortunately, I'm still very far away from where I should be, but yeah, I'm just a guy who has to do this. So let's get into it. So I thought about three important messages, things that I think some people are kind of aware of it, but really I can drive it home with specific examples of from my life, from my recent experiences. So I think this will help. The first one, and this really applies to everyone, I think this is going to help you so much if you can really understand this. It's that you are not your car, you are not your body, you are not your knee, you are not your mistakes from the past, you are not your weakest moments or any of your material possessions. Those things, or all these, even your body, it's just, a temporary thing. It's going away, and in not too much time. So you shouldn't do like we all tend to do, which is that we place our worth in our car or possessions or our body. That's just not the way to think about this if you want to stay sane, at least, because these things, they can be taken from you in, I cannot snap, but in a snap they can be taken from you real easy. And many things have been taken from me, and including your social standing as well. What people think of you, that's meaningless. It's nice, of course, to be appreciated, to get a smile or something, but you cannot base your self-worth on that. And this is something that you have to relearn sometimes, especially if you have been celebrated or things like that, or if you just got a new nice car. Of course you're gonna appreciate it, but you have to think about it as if it was not even yours. That's a really helpful thing. And yeah, this can happen to everyone. Divorce or matrix attacks, an injury, an accident, those can really easily happen. And then you don't have it, and then you are crushed if you do not have a solid ground. You need a really solid ground in life. And that means, of course, one thing, which is, let's just talk about what you really are. If you are not your car, you are not your job, you are not your possessions, you are not your mistakes, if you are not your body, then what are you? Simple, you are a creation of God, made in His image, and He loves you so much that He sent His only Son to die for you. And Jesus died for you willingly for your sins, so that you can be with Him in heaven after your passing. So just think about that. I don't think there are many people who would do that for you, and He did. So please just value it. And even if you do not believe, it's in very, very bad taste to say bad things about Jesus. It's just disappointing when I hear those things all the time. It's not good. He loves you so much. He died for you, and you are repaying it by saying bad things or not listening to Him. That's not very thankful. You have to be thankful, which I am. So at least I have that going for me. The second thing that is a huge truth that really helped me, or at least I could experience it, and I can back this up, and I think this will be very, very helpful for many of you, is that the community, the people who are surrounding you, having that and having those people be solid people, that means everything. It's everything. To go from isolation to being one of the guys in a 10-person room, that was such a huge transition, and I finally felt like I'm part of something, and I will miss it very much. And yeah, if you have a bunch of solid people around you, it's going to rub off on you. And the other end of that is that if they are not so solid, if you surround yourself with people who smoke all day every day, then that's what you are going to be. And so therefore you have to be very, very careful about who you surround yourself with. But it's also generally not advisable to self-isolate. I mean, I'm forced into this, but for you, I think it should be your number one priority, probably, if you do not have this yet, to build a small group at least. And you should see each other in real life, not on the phone, because that's monitored and just not the real thing. So yeah, that's my advice to you, to try to be a part of the community. It really, when the bad things start happening to you, and they will, trust me, it can make a life or a death difference. And it's a huge, huge difference out in the world, what you can expect when something bad happens to you. And I've have experience with this as well, is if you fall in any way, then you will get people looking away with a worried face. You will get people spitting on you or laughing at you. You will have that, and that's it. In a community, whether that's that group, that Muay Thai group, or even the online Christian community, from those people I received a lot of help as well, and of course I appreciate them deeply. But it was even more impactful in real life. You know, when I had my knee dislocated, and it did not look good, and I was in a lot of pain, and instead of the usual treatment that I get when something bad happens to me, which is people looking away and mocking and laughing and things like that, instead, you know, I had a bunch of people surround me, tell me how to fix it, and then literally picking me up physically and getting me in a nicer place, getting me sorted out with water, things like that. It's a world of difference when you are supported by a community and something bad happens compared to being alone, and that's when things go wrong. It's going to make all the difference. You really, really need to support yourself, and you really need to build even a small group of solid people, because you will encounter some challenges. That's just how life is, and that's not just how life is, but my third message, and I think this is the most important one. It's that things are bad right now. Of course, I don't want to minimize anyone's issues. I know men and women both have problems with relationships, although some are lucky, or maybe not so lucky, but they think they are lucky at the moment and they have a relationship. But in general, it's not looking good. It's difficult to establish a relationship, and even when it is established, it is very often not enviable. At least after the first few months, weeks, things quickly turn real ugly. And of course, financially, we are being hit with all sorts of things. Inflation, the cost of living is going up, the cost of housing is getting higher and higher. Jobs are in general asking for a lot, not paying so much. AI is threatening some positions. Yeah, there are many things to worry about, that's for sure. But these things, included all the things that I went through, it really is nothing. It's like God trying to gently wake society up to the reality of Him being real and us turning away from Him. And it's a real gentle correction that we are experiencing, including what I'm going through. This is really like the tutorial level in a game, and we are about to finish it and the level 1 begins, and you will not like that at all. So I highly recommend that you guys and girls really try to build up your relationship with Jesus, with God. If you have even this amount of faith or interest, please give Jesus a chance. You have seen how much strength I've received from Him. I don't think many people would be still smiling after my things. And also, this is also important, but of course not at the same level, is try to build that community, try to join something, do some sports or go to Bible study or something, because that is also a very solid way of protecting yourself from all this crazy stuff that's going out in the outside world, in society. We cannot change society as a whole because it's the whole world. That's not going to happen. But we can establish these small groups or join these small groups, and there in your bubble of Muay Thai or your Bible study bubble or whichever group you go with, there it can be a good situation. It doesn't need to be about envy and hatred and lust and gossiping and all sorts of nonsense, but instead it can be about building each other up, giving each other feedback, ideas, or just being normal and not absolutely bonkers, looking at people if you don't even know, like this, because that's how the greater world can be. So yeah, you really need those small groups. If you build up your relationships with Jesus Christ, and hopefully you also join a small community or a group, that's solid, then you will get much better chances in the coming period, which is going to be really tough compared to just going at it alone. Because if you do that, then you will be taken by surprise, just as much as I was taken by surprise, and it did not look good. And again, that was just a tutorial mode, and it did not look good when I was caught by surprise. It's not going to look good when you are caught by surprise by the real thing. So you better listen and turn to God, because He's the only one who can save you, and it's not getting better anytime soon. If you go look at the window or take a walk, you still do not see preachers and people going to Sunday church. You still see people as they are, and it's just going to get worse and worse. And God is not a passive being, but someone who really does not like the things that are going on in this world. He does not take to these things lightly when some really bad things are going on, and it's going to look ugly. So be prepared, and if you are prepared, if you already have a relationship with Him, if you have a community, then you will be okay. But if not, if you just choose to put your head in the sand and try to numb the pain with bad behavior, like many people are doing, then you are in for it. All right.